There was no Royal Commission called by the Howard government after Port Arthur. There was no Royal Commission called by the Abbott government after the Lindt siege. It is in the national interest for us to do the Richardson Review on national security.
This commission would involve public hearings and won't be run out of your department. Are you running from scrutiny by not holding one?
No.
Thank you. Prime Minister, why is Robert French wrong?
Today I announce that I will be recommending to the Governor-General in an Executive Council meeting that will be held tomorrow that a Royal Commission on Anti-Semitism and Social Cohesion be established.
The Royal Commission into Anti-Semitism and Social Cohesion has had a troubled start to life. First of all, Anthony Albanese didn't want to do it at all. Then his choice of commissioner was hotly debated by members of the Jewish community who wanted to make sure that the commissioner didn't bring a pre-existing view to this very hotly debated issue. Now the Royal Commission's beginning its work, and Commissioner Virginia Bell has appointed one of Australia's most eminent barristers, Richard Lancaster SC, to be her counsel assisting. The Australian's James Dowling is breaking a story today about Richard Lancaster, and I'm joined by the Australian's Ellie Dudley to discuss it. Ellie, Richard Lancaster is a seriously impressive barrister, isn't he?
Absolutely. Richard Lancaster is a very celebrated barrister. He has a long list of accolades. He's got a wealth of experience, and he's acted for the Jewish community in the past. He's acted for them in the New South Wales Supreme Court when proving that a trust was a charitable trust at one point when executing the will of philanthropist Millie Phillips. So he's got a lot of history. He is well experienced, and he was a solid pick to be counsel assisting in this Royal Commission.
He also has a family, and just like in the media, there are many legal couples. He's married to Sally Dowling SC, who is the New South Wales Director of Public Prosecutions, and their daughter is Lauren Lancaster. Now, that's not a name many of our audience would be familiar with, but she's a University of Sydney student politician, a very active young woman on campus. And over the past couple of years, she's been particularly vocal about the issue of Israel and Palestine. Tell me about Lauren Lancaster.
So Lauren Lancaster was the president of the University of Sydney SRC from 2021 to 2022. She described herself as a pro-Palestine activist. And a motion that was passed by the University SRC when she was president drew criticism from Jewish groups and also from Vice Chancellor Mark Scott. Now, that was a motion that was put forward to condemn to criticize Israel's militarist apartheid and ethnic cleansing. And this was a motion that she seconded. So it wasn't just something that was passed by the SRC when she was in charge, but she also seconded the motion herself. At the time, Mark Scott said the motion does not represent the position of the university, and also said that the university was acting to stamp out anti-Semitism on campus. In April and September 2022, she also detailed her work with pro-Palestine causes on campus. She said, "This month I've been involved with a lot of Palestine activism, including the rally in support of Gaza when Israel was bombing the region, leaving 49 dead." So this is a woman who has been the president of the University SRC. She was vocal on lots of different issues, environment, social justice, but pro-Palestine activism was something that was definitely in her repertoire.
Yeah, it's a very common feature of university life these days that the issue of Israel and Palestine is hotly debated. There have been encampments at various universities, there have been marches, and there's been a constant stream of Jewish students saying that they don't feel like campus is safe, it's somewhere where they can be fully Jewish and express themselves publicly. Now, there's no suggestion, of course, that Lauren Lancaster has done anything wrong. She's just been a vibrant young woman with a strong opinion, hasn't she?
Absolutely, and there's nothing to say that she's been involved in some of those really big actions that we've seen on campus post October 7, 2023. As I mentioned, she was president from 2021 to 2022. There's no evidence that she attended the encampment, for example, that was outside the University of Sydney quadrangle. We know last year there was an incident where members of the University SRC turned their backs on Jewish students in the middle of a meeting. Jewish students who were explaining how they felt unsafe on campus and they felt like anti-Semitism was raging rampant. So There's no evidence to say that she was involved in those things. But it's examples like that and examples that we've seen at the University of Melbourne, the University of Queensland, where we've seen incidents of anti-Semitism on campus that are going to form a massive part of this Royal Commission. And that's where the story that we're publishing today lies.
And the law is, of course, full of people who are part of society and have strong opinions. In New South Wales, there's a raging controversy about a newly appointed Supreme Court judge. This is Philip Bolton SC, again, a very highly respected barrister. Arthur Moses, one of the country's preeminent barristers, has said that Philip Bolton is without peer as an excellent practitioner of the law. But the Jewish community is unhappy because before being appointed to the bench, Philip Bolton expressed a lot of very frank views about Israel and Palestine on social media, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, about Israel, about Palestine, about the anti-Semitism envoy as well, Gillian Siegel. He was highly critical of her. When the Australian revealed some of these comments that had been made on social media, Michael Daly, the New South Wales Attorney General, launched a snap review of the appointment and decided in the end to go ahead with it. And Philip Bolton was sworn into the bench just this week. But it was in that review and in an interview that Michael Daly did with us that he mentioned that Philip Bolton would mostly handle criminal matters. The New South Wales Supreme Court, we know, particularly over the past few years, has been handed a bunch of cases with pro-Palestinian activists trying to march the pro-Palestine rally over the Harbour Bridge. That was something that was subject to a Supreme Court challenge. So I can't imagine that we'll see Philip Bolton handling cases like this. But it is interesting, you know, barristers and judges, they've all got their own opinions and their own views on things. Ensuring that they're kept out of the work that they're doing is incredibly important, particularly when it comes to issues like this that are so heated.
It seems slightly emblematic of this protest movement to me that this leading light of the uni protest movement, Laura Lancaster, is the daughter of two high-flying lawyers. There's a cohort of highly educated, passionate, dare I say privileged young people who have taken this cause on particularly as their own, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. She has campaigned hard. She has attended protests. She would say that she is seeking out justice, and that's what she's doing and probably what she's going to do when she carries on through with her law degree.
Ellie Dudley, thank you very much.
My pleasure.